This is the Thayer Podcast for Monday, July 31st, 2023. Was it Lenin who said a lie told often enough becomes the truth? Conversely, couldn't truth, stated often enough, be viewed as fiction? Well, yes. I found something stunning the other day while I was browsing Facebook videos. Some of them turned out to be pretty interesting, as well as informative, like the one about cognitive ease. The speaker said,
"Not only do these things feel true, they also feel familiar, effortless, and they feel good. All of these are outcomes of cognitive ease." Now, the trouble arises because cognitive ease can be artificially created in other ways. One way is just by repeating the stimulus. In a classic experiment at 2 Michigan universities, experimenters took out ads in the school newspapers. Each ad consisted only of one of these nonsense words.
Cardiga, Sarisic, Baiwani, Nansoma, Iktitaf.
They were printed with different frequencies. One word appeared in the paper only once, while others appeared 2, 5, 10, or 25 times. The word frequencies were reversed at the other university. At the end of the experiment, researchers sent out questionnaires asking people to rate the meaning of each of these nonsense words on a scale from "it means something good" to "it means something bad." And the findings were clear. The more frequently the word had appeared in the newspaper, the more people felt it meant something good. So with enough repetition, even a nonsense word comes to feel familiar. It triggers cognitive ease and overall feelings of goodness. Experiments have shown that this also works when showing English speakers Chinese characters or even random shapes. And the finding is even more general than that. Songs are judged more favorably after you've listened to them a bunch of times than on the first listening, and participants looking at yearbook photos judge the people in the photos as more likable after seeing that photo more times. The idea that repeated often enough, even brown carbonated sugar water seems really appealing. But maybe it shouldn't be surprising that repeated stimuli are perceived more favorably. After all, our brains have evolved to identify threats, and anything novel is a potential threat. But if after repeated exposure nothing bad happens, it becomes familiar and comfortable.
Let's stop and think about this for a second and get specific. Did the COVID vaccine save lives during the pandemic, or was its administration designed to create distrust of the medical community? What about climate change? Has anything really changed in the last 120 years, or are we being continually brainwashed by powerful non-scientists like Al Gore? Is Donald Trump really a bad guy, or have Americans been told that story so many times we believe the mainstream media? And what about LGBTQ? Are our schools being overrun by faggots and trannies? Or does the woke agenda simply want Christians out of the way? Has President Biden provided China's green light to buy up farmland next to America's air bases? Or is there something less sinister going on in the real estate market? How many of these hot-button issues are real, and how many have been created and sustained by cognitive ease? Maybe we ought to consider the old admonition from the 60s. Question authority. Or should we be looking to Isaiah 5:20, which says, "Woe unto those who call evil good and good evil." Improvise, adapt, overcome. Simplify.